said it.
Exactly, say what you said when you heard it.
No, the real answer is just that, you know, keep up with your friends that you don't get to see, obviously.
And you have like 20,000 friends, do you?
But no, I don't know, it's just interesting for the fans, I suppose.
So do you like interacting? Because that was always a big thing, where there was always a real disconnect between the players and the fans, and there was never much communication. But now, you know, anyone in here could go home and tweet you later, and you could reply, and you could actually end up having a conversation. That's in one way it's brilliant because for the fans, but also in another way it's a little bit weird. They might start stalking you. You don't feel like that?
Well, obviously, you know, you do get some people that are a bit strange, but...
Do you want to elaborate on that? Any weird experiences?
But, no, like you say, you know, times have moved on and, you know, fans like to interact with the players, and I think, you know, it's good for the players to do that sometimes, as long as it's obviously done in the right way. Obviously, everything that goes on at the football club has to stay behind closed doors, but, you know, in your personal life, you know, if you want to do that sort of stuff, then it's alright. But as long as it's done in the right way and nothing gets, you know, out of harm, it should be alright.
Elliot, you were just saying that you've been brainwashed by Pilks and Vonley. I've got you on Twitter now, so what's your introduction like to Twitter?
Yeah, I got sucked into it, I'm easily led by these lads, so you know, like Pilk said, it's good to interact with the fans sometimes, and you know, I think most people appreciate it, you know, like Pilk said, as long as you don't say things that, you know, you shouldn't be said about football, and, you know, I think sometimes people have got too much of an opinion on certain things. You know, as long as you keep it all above board and everyone's happy and no one gets hurt by what you say, I think, you know, it's fine.
Because that's the thing, I think everyone's noticed, especially someone as high profile as Joey Barton, whenever you see exactly the kind of things he's coming out with, and you're just like, why would you say those things in a public forum? You just can't. Do you feel like there's more scrutiny now that you're in the Premier League?
I think, obviously, if you put yourself on Twitter and say things, then, you know, you're leaving yourself there to be shot at, especially if you say things that, you know, you probably shouldn't say, like Joey Barton sometimes does, but, you know, you're the person with, you know, the computer or the phone in your hand, whichever you're using to do it, and, you know, I mean, if you don't want to write, if you don't want people to, you know, scrutinise you for what you say, and don't put it on there, so, yeah, I think as long as you're careful and you know what you're putting on there, then there's no harm done. Okay,
so Gaffer, I need to get your opinion on this. A, what's your view on Twitter? B, why aren't you on it?
I really don't want to talk to people like you. What's my view on it?
Yeah.
I think it's the way modern society is. You can't stop it. You can't curtail it. It's out there for the world to use. And I'm not a fan of it. If you ask me would I use it, no. Because I don't see the point. I don't see the point of telling somebody, the lads, they go on and tell people they brush their teeth or something before they go to bed. I just don't see the point of that. Right not. So I just don't see the point of telling people what you're actually doing, or listen, it's a prerogative, as long as they said there, as long as if anything ever came out about the football club, then I would come down on it.
Big trouble.
Yeah.
I think I'm leaving Twitter tonight.
Benno just started laughing whenever he said something about just brush the teeth. You haven't said anything, you haven't tweeted anything like that, have you?
No.
Because he doesn't brush his teeth.
I think I'm leaving tonight anyway. Twitter.
But the thing is, I'm sure you must realise that I'm sure most of the people in here, most of the Norwich fans, Celtic fans, would really like to know what you get up to on day by day. So you can see that you would have a massive fan base if you wanted to go on Twitter and promote your latest DVD or CD, book or whatever you have coming on.
I don't see that. What's the point? I'm really no interest in my own life. That was something. So I don't get it. I really don't. Honestly, for people wanting to see what lads are doing, because people can make things up. The media aspect of the game is really vast. So people can do what they want. They can see they saw you in a petrol station. Before you know it, it wasn't even you. It was there. So I'm pretty sure people come up with their own assumptions how people live their lives.
Okay. Next one. This isn't actually a question. It's just a